Right question? Maggie?
For personal, you guys tied the game early in the second quarter and really applying our defensive breaks in the end of the first quarter, kind of slowing them down. What was working well there? What do you feel like was you guys? Oh my gosh, what do you feel like you guys were able to do to really slow them down and stop them before this before halftime?
Yeah, I think we just focused on it. Like I think we knew we needed to slow it down in transition. That was something we emphasized going into the game today. So I feel like they're a great transition team. They're looking to get downhill 1-on-1. They're also looking to spot up and transition at the three. So I think just knowing that and trying to exploit that is just the energy that we had coming in mentally and physically in that quarter. So yeah.
Emily?
You guys are both coming out of college programs where you're used to winning. Just kind of how, both individually and as a team, are you guys navigating, being on this losing streak that you're on right now?
Yeah, I can't speak for both of us, but I know for me, I just know that we're a new team, new coaching staff, new players. Like you said, we're both from college, so like new to the league in general. Like we're used to winning, like you said, and I just think being on a team that's not winning as much is hard. You're obviously used to winning. You're playing in college, you're starting, you're finishing big games, and you get here and the outcome doesn't really go your way. But I think the biggest thing is just finding the positives, trying to stay up. Because in this league, you don't have time to lay back and sulk and all that because you're playing like 3 or 4 games a week and you're traveling like 2, 3 times a week. So I think just really learning from your mistakes, trying not to repeat those same mistakes, and just going to the next game, hoping for a win and trusting your preparation, your teammates, and the program, and just hoping to continue to turn it around. So.
Any other questions? Maggie?
Lisa, what have you learned just working with Cena? You're such a veteran in this league and such a great all-around player. What have you learned from working with her?
Just pace of the game. I feel like a lot of people say slow is pro, but that's because they're so efficient at what they do. She's taught me just to be able to be patient. I know that I move a lot quicker, knowing when to be able to beat people off the speed that I have, but also knowing when to slow it down and take my time.
Maggie?
For you, sorry, again, kind of following up on Emily's question, or Lisa, you too. What do you feel like are those positives you guys have seen since the beginning of the season to now?
Yeah, I think we still have great pieces. I think our problem is just we're trying to figure out how to put it together. I think sometimes we come out and we're not playing together, and sometimes we have some selfishness going on, and it's unfortunate. But it's at the same time, it's like we're losing. Like just go ahead and go get your bucket, go get a shot up, do whatever. But I think when we play together, it's beautiful basketball. And I think tonight we showed a lot of sides where we can play together and move the ball. I think when the ball moves from side to side, I think we really look good. I think when we also exploit each other's strengths, that's when we're really good. So like Anissa's good at rebounding. Anissa's gonna get a post touch, like get her the ball. Same with Tina, or when Marina's playing, get her a three. How can we get JC a three? So I think just exploiting our individual strengths is like a big thing for us. And I think we do that more and just play together and really tap into that. I think we could definitely win some more games.
Last question on Zoom. Rob, go ahead.
Thank you, Rob Tianson from the Podium Finish for both Sanaya and Anissa. And I'm sorry, I missed the earlier questions. But for each of you, we've seen the team come out and make those adjustments to attack hard in the paint and keep it close at times against a team like Las Vegas. So, you talked about the strengths, and we've seen that today. What are some ways that teams trying to kind of tap into that to flourish on those moments so that you can get those winning opportunities?
Honestly, like how Naya said, just playing to our strengths. That's the most important thing. Being able to set a good pick to get your players open. It's about, a lot of the time, it's not about being selfish on the floor. It's about what can you do for your teammate. And that's the most important thing for me. Like going on the floor, setting a good screen so I can get Naya open. Being able to roll or space the floor so she has more space to be able to drive to the basket. So those are the things that we've really been focusing on, and especially with going down in the paint. We know we have an advantage there, being able to rebound, being able to finish around the basket.
All right, thanks, players.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, my God.
We have head coach. Going to do a quick statement and taking questions. Go ahead, Rashid.
I don't think that the entire game was bad. I think that we play a very bad second quarter, but the rest of the game, I think what we compete against this team, and we tried to play and to play higher against this team. But the second quarter we struggled against their zone defense, and I think that almost of our turnovers, were against the zone defense when there is no ball pressure, and just by our decision try to pass this ball instead to be patient. So we rush ourselves against their zone. But yeah, for me, the first and the third and fourth quarter, were decent.
Anthony?
Coach, how do you get better as a team when the margin of error is very, very slim?
Very slim. I feel that it's mental. This is something we have to work on. It's be more solid, and when the game is not going in how we want, just to keep our focus and just stay together, because this rush in the second quarter, I think it's only a mental problem. So just try to work on our mental, and the way to work on our mental is to be positive and be optimist. I think that when it's tough on the court for us, we are not enough optimist, and we stop to play with ambition.
Maggie?
Yeah, it's because it was a game time, and she didn't really practice this week. So yeah, this is important for the players who were involved during all the week to start the game, because we have to stick a game plan.
Gabby?
So obviously it was Layla's first game with you guys, but what did you like that you saw from her today?
I like her energy. She was very aggressive, and she tried to help the team playing how we have to play during 40 minutes. She defends very well. Maybe sometimes she was a little bit too aggressive, because she made some fouls, but this is how she has to play in this league. Be tough and play without shy, offensively and defensively. And it wasn't easy for her, because she only practiced 2 times. So, but we can feel that she has a good potential, and she can impact our league, our team in a good way. But I like her. She played with a lot of pace. So yeah, to be continued.
Emily?
You talked about the mental side of things. How do you coach that? How do you keep their minds right, when they're in the middle of a losing streak like this?
Just I am every time the first one to be optimist, and to to believe on my team, and show them that we are capable of. So we can do a good film session after this game, showing that we are able to play and to compete. So we are just then after to translate it in on the court. But even if we are growing, our opponents are working hard too. So they are also improving their game. So this is not a easy thing to do, but we have to believe on ourselves, be optimistic, and we can see that some of our players are growing, and they are taking more responsibility. This is not only the reflection of a result, but I think that we are growing in certain areas.
Maggie?
Sorry? She's here for that, to like I say, to share her experience to the young players. So and yeah, she know what's the highest level. So just by talking to my young players, and I think that what she did today, she bring a lot of energy, and yeah, she show that even if she's a very experienced player, we can rely on her.
Last two, Anthony and then Zoom.
Coach, Layla in the third quarter was on the left side of the court, and Sanaya was coming towards the same side, and Layla told her to get out of there. She looked like she was not running the right play. Can you just analyze what happened at that particular point in the game?
It's like I said, she only practiced 2 times, so for a player who practiced only twice, it's hard to to compensate 2 months of teamwork or stuff like that. So, but I have to accept this kind of it's not a really big mistake, but because it's not if you are playing one side or not or the other side, but you cannot play basketball. So, but yeah, we just try to make her job a little bit simple, okay, and just try to find some confidence and without put her on a bad situation.
Rob?
Thank you, Rob Tiongson from the Podium Finish. Coach, I know this season has had its tough moments, but we've seen younger players like Anissa and Sanaya really growing so far this year. So, from your perspective, what are you seeing that you like from them as you work on getting the team's morale as high as possible?
So you are talking about Anissa and Sanaya, right?
Sanaya.
Yeah, yeah. So, but I like I like how they are developing their game and how they are developing their mentality. So, but my job is also to pay attention of the team result. So until we win games, it will be very hard to just talk about the players. I am very I appreciate that they are good person and they have a good work ethic. But yeah, my goal is to also to help the team to win and not only to develop the individual players. But hopefully when Marina will come back and also because our young players are growing, so we can be be more a competitive team. So Layla, she will play I think better and better. More she will practice with us. So yeah, my picture is it's not only about only one player or 2 players, but and not only about the short terms, but also about the long terms.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay.